Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back. It's Tracy, and here is my 6-week update living in St. Rose Rectory and Convent. Okay, I'm trying this one more time now that it has had a chance to sit here all night. See if the noise is any better. I have not turned it on this morning. So far, so good. And there it is. Week 6 was a huge week. A lot has happened. I had multiple mishaps with air conditioners that I don't even want to explain, but I do have a new window unit. It is in, it's operable. I was able to install it myself, thankfully. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw a little bit of air conditioner chaos. I purchased a portable unit. I hauled it into my house, set it all up, plugged it in, and it sounded like someone was driving a John Deere lawnmower around my bedroom. So I took it back the following day, and the whole reason I got a portable unit was because I didn't want to try to install a massive window unit. I knew I needed a bigger air conditioner. The air conditioner that I had in the window, my partner helped me install, and it had a lot of, it was on its last legs. I now have a window unit. I was able to install a bracket, which helped me install the window unit by myself, thankfully. I was able to make something work. Other big news, I had a friend come into town and we did a lot of thrifting. We hit up a lot of thrift shops, a lot of antique stores, some consignment shops, and we found a lot of good stuff. I know I'm not technically doing the kitchen yet, but when we were out and about at an architectural salvage place that I have been wanting to go for a very long time, I found potentially the most perfect thing for the kitchen. If I don't use it in the kitchen, I can definitely use it elsewhere, but right now it's got a marble top. It's going to be perfect for baking, and I know I'm not supposed to be doing the kitchen here, but hear me out. Let's just talk kitchens for a minute because I do have kitchens on the brain. So I've been working with a designer and my partner to do my kitchen in Chicago, and last week everything got ordered. So we have it all planned out, and I was able to kind of get some insight into the whole design process when it comes to kitchens. It's very interesting, but here is the main difference between that kitchen I'm designing in Chicago and this kitchen in this house. The kitchen in Chicago is known as a fitted kitchen. The whole entire base cabinet is a unit, and then the uppers come off in sections. But you don't have a lot of flexibility when it comes to kitchen layout. My kitchen here, I am planning, after much debate and going back and forth and fighting with myself, I'm planning an unfitted kitchen. my old house circles that I move in, unfitted kitchens are gaining popularity. Unlike cabinets that are kind of a fixed thing to the wall, you would choose a nice piece of furniture that has storage, and you can just sort of set it up in a configuration that you want. You can have lots of little pieces of furniture. You can have larger pieces. You can have hutches. I don't think I'm explaining this very well, but hopefully you get the idea. An unfitted kitchen is more historically accurate, but also I have never connected really well with kitchens that were fitted. I need flexibility. I need tables on wheels. The perfect example is probably the kitchen island that I've had for the last 5 years, which is a dresser on caster wheels. And when I'm baking, I can move that around. I can push it up against a counter. Like, it's probably my favorite piece of kitchen furniture because it's not fixed to anything. And it really helps me make my kitchen work for me, which is the whole point of redoing a kitchen, right? So in my mind, I'm going to have one base cabinet that I build, and that is for my sink and a dishwasher that we will install. I have a double drain board sink, so I'm hoping I can kind of fit the dishwasher halfway under part of the sink, and we can call it good. I plan on having a freestanding electric stove. We have gas hookups right now. I'm gonna switch it over. The goal eventually, I haven't talked about this a lot, but the goal eventually with this entire house isn't just that it's a beautiful house that gets restored. It's that it becomes a house that someone doesn't have to go into debt just to pay the utilities on. I'm thinking some sort of solar panel, green energy, something. I'm going to have to work with the city to figure out what I'm allowed to install, because this is a local landmark. It has landmark designation for the city of Quincy. So I'm going to have to kind of figure out what lines I can and can't cross in order to do this, but my overall vision is this is more of a green building. I'd like to not have a gas and electric bill that's $350 a month. That's with me barely living in it. I would love to not pass along something that is so reliant on fossil fuels that it ultimately becomes abandoned because the next owners or the next stewards of this property can't afford to pay the bills. So, long story short, I'm still in the dreaming stages, but pump the brakes, Tracy. For right now, thinking about the kitchen, it's going to be an unfitted kitchen, which means it's going to cost significantly less than a fitted kitchen. I can build the one base cabinet that I will need, and everything else is going to be some sort of heirloom piece that I find that fits the space. And it can grow and evolve from there. It doesn't have to stay this way. If I find a better piece, I can buy it and put it in and move whatever I have in there to another room if I need to. So currently, I purchased a piece at an architectural salvage shop that I have been really excited to go visit. It's called the Old Granary. It's in Payson, Illinois, and they have so many amazing pieces, but this one I feel like was meant to be. It's an old pharmacy cabinet. I'm waiting for it to get delivered. It hasn't been delivered yet. It's an old pharmacy cabinet, and we were able to find this piece of marble, and I was like, I wonder if those go together. And they said, no, not really, they don't, but we measured it and it's a perfect fit. So I'm very excited to have a space that is going to have lots of drawers and is going to be really good for baking. And I'm considering above that space, if it doesn't go directly under a window, like I'm kind of thinking it might, It'll kind of go into a corner, and I'll have some shelves and maybe some bars for hanging pots above it. I'm undecided, but the beauty again is that I can figure out what's gonna work, and if it works for a little while and I want to upgrade to something else, I can totally do that. If I find an upper that I like that I want to install, I can totally do that. But the idea is unfitted kitchen, keep it flexible, have kind of a larger work table in the middle of the room, and then have some pieces that I can switch out if I need to, depending on what I find. Kitchens will be the death of me. But they're so fun. I love a good challenge. I love a good workaround. I think workarounds look better and feel cozier to me than just stark white farmhouse fitted kitchen. You all know that I moved in with a laughable amount of furniture, and I have been lounging in my like 60s club chairs every evening, and they've gotten to the point where they're just like so uncomfortable to sit in, and my dogs, they irritate my dogs because we can't sit together. So I actually found the perfect solution. I found a day bed that is kind of couch-esque. I could definitely picture myself just sitting on it reading a book, maybe like up on the landing upstairs. But for right now, I'm using it as a couch. It got delivered today. I'm very excited. And it's also a bed. Someone could sleep on it. It's not comfortable enough, I think, for anybody to sleep on it. I need to get it reupholstered. I maybe need to get a new mattress in it or something like that. But very cute, period appropriate, surprisingly. I think the man who sold it to me said it was about 1850s or so. So something that could have been in a house like this, which is exciting. It's just so cute. And I love that I can kind of stretch out now and watch a movie, and I don't have to just sit crammed in a chair with a footstool like I have been for what feels like forever now. The other really big news is that the mason came and looked at the interior of the basement, which cannot wait to see those numbers. I know that the estimate is going to be a large amount. This is my first time hiring a mason to do any sort of tuck pointing. I know a rough estimate of what tuck pointing generally costs, and this is a fairly large house. So I'm getting numbers for the interior of the basement, which needs work, as well as the exterior of the foundation and the exterior brick. There's a lot of repair that needs to take place. There are some improper repairs that have happened throughout the years, improper mortar compounds, and just some spots that look a little funky. I'm curious to see what the mason comes back with. They sound like they're very flexible, which I'm ecstatic about, because y'all, these numbers, oh, I have a number in my mind that I'm expecting to see. So if it's anything below that number, I'm gonna be really, really happy. And if it's above that number, oh, I'm gonna be crying. So we'll see what he comes back with. Good news, he said they're very flexible. We can do like one section of wall, one stretch of wall, or we could do like one entire side of the building, just depending on my budget and how much I can pay. So I'm real curious to see what the total bid for the entire property is, and then we can kind of chunk it up from there if we need to. But oh yeah, I think it's gonna be a big bill. That's one of those projects that, you know, the house is gonna look beautiful when it's done, but the house doesn't look bad right now. It's gonna help a lot with the heating and cooling bills, and I mean, let's be honest, I have snakes living in my foundation. They hang out in there, and I would like to not have snakes living in my foundation. Whatever it costs, it's going to be worth it. And honestly, while tuck pointing is something I would love to teach myself how to do and learn how to do, might not be best to learn on a building that's a historic landmark. That's just me maybe, but I don't know, something in my gut is saying, Tracy, this is not the building to learn on. I'm gonna listen to that. Well, that was a lot for week 6. Thank you for hanging in there. And as always, if you have any questions about anything, feel free to drop them in the comments. Follow me on my socials. I post different stuff on Instagram than I post on YouTube. Really, I'm just glad that you're all here and hopefully enjoying this series. I'm enjoying it. I hope everybody else is. Anyway, I'm Tracy. That's my 6-week update for what my life is like living in the St. Rose Rectory and Convent. I'll see you all next week.